Hello beautiful people, thank you so much for visiting my channel again, and for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. My name is Nyah and I'm so happy to have you here on my YouTube channel. So today I wanted to touch on a topic that is, I know that it's so reoccurring, and I just see these things happening every single day, and I'm like, I know the root of it because I've been there and I've kind of like graduated from it, and I just want to offer another perspective to help people to develop a sense of identity on their own as individuals. It's just imperative, again, and I feel like every video I'm gonna keep saying this, but it's imperative that we are very aware of ourselves and that we love ourselves and can enjoy our own company and all these wonderful things to be content with or without a partner or without a sea of friends or people around you. Because what happens when you don't have someone around you, right? I know this from experience that no matter what we get externally, or the people that compliment us, or what people feed us outside of ourselves, like, we'll never be truly happy if we are not content with who we are, right? Like, you need to be okay in your own company. You need to be okay knowing that you're waking up today and you're probably gonna spend the day alone or not speak to anyone. To me, that's not a sad thing. That's really a good thing. Again, we tend to overlook the step of contentment with self and self-awareness and loving ourselves. We overlook that step and really avoid it on a large scale, and that's why we tend to jump in and out of relationships and really not really being successful, because you really do need to be whole on your own. You need to be seen as an individual. You identify with yourself. You enjoy yourself. You are pursuing things that you identify with, that you are passionate about. You're good being alone. You know what I'm saying? That is such an imperative part of in having healthy relationships. Because if not, you go into relationships with expectations, and expectations is another huge hindrance. Expectations versus appreciation, they're two completely different things. And we go into relationships expecting attention, this level of attention, or this level of communication, or them to do this, that, and the third. We go in there with these expectations, right? And those are formed by our experiences that we have experienced, and not them, because we're individuals born different cultures, different times, completely different experiences, no matter how similar they are. And I feel like everybody who comes in our lives, we can partner with them to enhance our lives, but our happiness should not depend on that. You know what I'm saying? Our happiness shouldn't depend on whether they call us this day or whether they buy us flowers. When I say don't have expectations, I'm not saying don't have standards. Standards and expectations are two different things. You can have standards. You can go into a relationship with either friends or a romantic partner and knowing what it is that you want in that relationship, right? But you shouldn't go in there like expecting any and everything that you had predetermined before even like meeting this person. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of the times that's where we go wrong, because we're like, well, I'm gonna go into this relationship and I expect him or her to do this. And that is completely from our own experiences in life. That's almost selfish of us to expect these tailored things, you know what I'm saying, from what society has almost imposed on us to believe is normal. The reason why my relationships in the past didn't work out was, one, the very most important factor is because I wasn't very content with myself, and I was always seeking and expecting things from other people and expecting them to do something that was gonna make me feel fulfilled or make me feel loved or make me feel beautiful. And that was just the absolutely wrong way to go about it. I didn't feel like I was whole. I wasn't okay doing things all by myself. I wasn't okay with feeding myself the things that I wanted someone else to feed me. And that's why they failed. In my humble opinion, I do feel like the key to healthy relationships is being whole. It's being completely independent and happy and content with who you are. You accept yourself, you love yourself, you accept your flaws, your insecurities, you enjoy yourself, you enjoy your thoughts and your energy. Like, because I can speak for myself, and that is exactly the position that I'm in. Like, as I said, I do want to eventually like meet someone or have someone in my life where I can have a spiritual partnership with, and we can grow together and build beautiful, beautiful things. However, you know, I'm okay being completely by myself right now. Like, I'm not out there searching for someone to make me happy. I literally will go buy myself flowers. I will take myself out to dinner by myself. I will go to the movies by myself. I will go to the galleries by myself. I will do everything that you can think of that you would want to do with a partner. I do it by myself, and I enjoy it because I really enjoy my company. Like, I enjoy my thoughts, I enjoy my energy, I enjoy like just how active I am. Like, I really enjoy those things, and I would rather be alone and protect my space and those positive vibes and my energy. I would rather protect that than to have someone come into my life just because I want someone around, and then they end up like throwing me off. Because so you're content on your own, you're happy, you're in a state of bliss on the solo dolo, right? So if you go into a union with someone and you're good, then you're gonna go into this relationship accepting them, their flaws, their insecurities, their journey, their experiences, without trying to bend them to be who you want them to be, because you're not trying to, you know, you're not trying to like change them, essentially. You know what I'm saying? And that, I feel, is just the worst, because people feel the pressure of being this way for someone when you should be how you want to be for yourself, how that makes you happy, and how anybody else fits into that category is however they fit into the category. But it shouldn't be I'm changing myself, who I am, who makes me happy, to make you happy, because who I am and who I am happy as isn't good enough for you. That's why unions and partnerships should happen in a way that is you two are being true to who you are, and it just works naturally. If it doesn't, then let it go. Let it go. Let it go. It's not worth sacrificing your happiness and your wealth and your health for. It's not worth it. Protect your peace, protect your space, protect your energy. We all have, you know, needs, and we all have, you know, desires that we want to be fulfilled with a partner, with friends, etc., etc. So my thing is, though, like, wouldn't it be best to invest in yourself if someone doesn't work for you, instead of like clawing and trying to change them to accept you, or trying to change them to be somebody that you accept? Instead of doing that, why not like be on your own journey of developing yourself and making yourself happy and being whole on your own, instead of like being in an unhealthy situation that's not really serving you in any real way. It's just taking life out of you. So I definitely suggest that, you know, if you are in a relationship with someone, or someone is in your life and you're talking to them, or whatever the hell they call it these days, and it's really not making you happy, like, and you're constantly trying to change them to be who you want them to be, I would definitely suggest you let that go. And if the time is right, and if that person is meant for you, eventually it'll come back full circle and you guys will be in each other's lives. But it doesn't really serve you in any way, in any real way, to try to like sacrifice your happiness to that extent. There's this negative, you know, idea linked to being single, and I just want to offer that perspective about it not being so bad at all. It's only bad if you're not okay with yourself, and it's only bad if you're not enjoying being alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, alone. Like, you have friends, you have a world to experience, you have a world of knowledge that you can be gaining. It's just, being single is a time, I feel, to completely focus on yourself and in developing yourself. If you're someone who is ambitious, you're gonna always be like moving towards your goals and your dreams and your aspirations, you know what I'm saying? So there's always something that you could be doing to better develop yourself. And even if you're in a relationship, you still should be making time for those things, because regardless of, again, you two are two different people. Like, because when you are in a relationship, that is time that you have to invest in your relationship, no matter whether they're near or far. It don't matter. You literally have to invest some type of time into conversing, into supporting, into going to something to support them. Like, however it goes, like, it's still time that you have to invest in someone else. So imagine if you're not in a relationship, that's a lot of time that can go back in here and pulling back inward. So it's not a negative thing to be you know, be single. You're in a relationship with yourself. When people ask me these days, like, oh, why are you single? Or, you know, how's love life? I'm like, well, I'm really in love, and I'm in love with myself first and foremost. And I feel like that is the key for any healthy relationship. And I'm very curious to know what I'm going to be like in my next relationship, because I've never been this person, this enlightened and this content with self, and I've never loved myself to the point, like, I've never loved myself like I love myself now. So I can only imagine a partnership with someone being beautiful on all different levels. I really feel like, again, me going into a relationship, it should be enlightening, it should be challenging, it should be blissful, it should be encouraging, it should be beautiful, it should be fun, it should be adventurous. It should not be me trying to change someone or someone trying to change me. Like, and that's why it's so important, and I always say this about being who you are and being yourself, so that there's no facade up. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing about relationships. People go into them and they're not themselves in the first however months they call it, is they're not themselves, and they end up like, at some point those walls are gonna have to be broken down, and the facade is gonna have to come down at some point, and then you're gonna reveal who you truly are to someone. And then what if that doesn't work? I know one really big thing is you know, nowadays, like, you wake up and the person is supposed to text you, and when you're going to bed the person's supposed to call you, and, you know, like, it's these expectations that are attached, and it's nice to have them. It's nice to know that someone who you're interested in, whether or that they're a love interest, you know, takes the time out to do those things. You can really tell a lot by the effort that they're putting in, you know what I'm saying? But your happiness shouldn't be dependent on that. Whether they call or text, you should still go about your day being productive, being nice, being happy, regardless of however it goes. Like, your happiness should not be dependent on someone else's actions. You know what I'm saying? That's why, again, like, you need to enjoy your own company. You need to be doing things that make you happy, so you're not sitting around waiting for someone to bring happiness to your life, because it's all internal and it's there readily available for you whenever you want it. Okay? Like, no one's holding the magic key. You're holding the magic key. You have to get into yourself and dig into yourself. And if you're not okay with spending time alone, then that's something that you need to acknowledge within yourself, and you need to work on and know that, all right, well, I can't really be with myself for more than 2 hours without, you know, needing to call someone, or needing to hang out with someone, or needing to go to a bar, or like whatever the case. Like, if you're always trying to escape yourself, that's a big red flag. I just want to encourage you guys more and more to look into yourself, because, you know, again, we all search for this like validation outside of us, but, you know, it's really inside of us. It's all inside of us. And if we're, you know, happy and whole and content with ourselves on the inside, and, you know, we enjoy ourselves, then that can only blossom into beautiful things when you're in union with someone else, whether it's a friend or whether it's a romantic partner. You know, like, don't go into relationships expecting people to be what you want them to be. Accept them for who they are, just as you would want someone to expect you to be who you are. I will always encourage you guys to dig into yourself, so that there's less conflicts, because once you're clear on the inside, again, the world will project that truth also in your relationships. Sometimes we think that we're ready for relationships, but we're not. We're only seeking to be validated and to fill a void that is not filled within ourselves. And that's never gonna lead to a healthy relationship. It's just gonna lead to you having expectations and just unhealthy things happening up in there, and we don't want that. So the key to healthy relationships, as I said, is being true to who you are, developing yourself so you're content alone, you're confident with or without someone telling you that you're beautiful, or that you have a great body, or that you're smart, or that you're intelligent, or that you're funny. Like, if you know these things about you and you're confident in those things, then you don't need that validation from anyone else, and you won't help to be such a beautiful, beautiful soul. So, you know, it starts with you enhancing yourself, and you developing yourself, and being completely a whole person on your own as an individual, and being identified with self. okay? And when you do partner with someone, I wish you guys the very best of luck. And if you are single, just know that it is okay. It's not a bad thing if you're single. I'm single and I've been single for years. And I know that I probably wouldn't have grown as much as I have over the past couple of years because I wouldn't have had that time to invest in myself. So see being single as such a great opportunity to look inward and to work on yourself, read books, do the things that make you happy. But I love you guys so much and thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you all in the very next video. Remember that I'm always in your corner, always, 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 and I hope that you guys have liked this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed as yet, and if you'd like to see my face again, because I'd absolutely love to see your face again. Thank you so much, and remember to be you and stay true always. Being yourself is essentially what makes us so happy, and who doesn't want to be happy, right? So love on yourself. Love you guys. See you in the next video.